Welcome to New Realities. My name is Alan Steinfeld, and this program is about the evolution of consciousness. And there's so many people coming forward this day with a new level of awakening, and that's being manifested as healers, as channels, as people who have connected with higher dimensions of reality. So today I have a good friend from Israel. She's a healer. She is a intuitive that is aware of this higher dimensional contact. She's a real expert in her field. Thank you, Leda. Leda Green is here today. And last time you were on the show, you talked about some of your healing techniques. But tell me, when you tune into people and you're working on them, what are you feeling in their bodies? You're projecting sort of light into their bodies through your fingers.
Right. Not only through my fingers. I don't have to really touch people.
Uh-huh.
I can just be with them or not even be with them. I can think of them. If somebody, for example, you come and tell me, I know this person and he's like that, and I scan your brain and I know who you talk about and I know everything about him.
Really? I do have somebody about.
All right.
Should I tell you?
Sure.
There's a woman. Should I just tell you first name? Because I want to tell you.
I don't even need anything. You
okay.
just ask
I'm
me
just going
if you want, you
okay.
want
See if you can. I have a friend who just called me. She's been very ill, and I'm going to see if you can just hold her image in my mind.
She has problems with her breast and her stomach.
Well, the stomach is what she was talking about.
Yes, she has problems with her breast and her stomach. I mean, she is talking about her stomach, but it's actually also in her breast.
So what do you do for someone like that then?
I balance the energies. I see people as energy entities. I don't see you as a figure.
Uh-huh.
I don't look at your body as a body. I look at you as an energy form.
So you're seeing me as an energy right now.
And I actually fix your energies.
By just looking at me, you fix my energies.
Yeah, I can do that.
So,
but it's a process. It's not a magical thing.
But if you're going to work on this woman in California, what would just thinking of her?
Yes, I would fix her energies because I can bring myself to any person on this planet.
But how would you fix her energies? Like, let's just describe what you do.
Actually, we don't. I mean, you think as a human being, because a human being needs a car to go somewhere. He needs a plane to get anywhere.
Right.
But an energy doesn't need to get anywhere. An energy is
it's at one with whatever it thought. It's
exactly.
Not local.
I mean, I connect myself to any energy I want. I can be anywhere I want by just thinking of it. So I can bring myself to anywhere.
So then why do people come to your clinic in Israel? Why they don't need to, right?
Right, they don't need to, but it's because of themselves, not because of me.
They need to be convinced.
They need to be sitting in front of me, and they get affirmations and confirmations, and they need to feel. Actually, they feel it through the phone. Sometimes when I get home, I start my second session, my second portion of the day. Many call me on the phone and they tell me I have this and I have that, and they start feeling things in their body. We had this call yesterday from Israel, of a friend of us, and she was complaining about a headache, a severe headache, that it was continuous, and then she said, I feel like it's going down. So I don't really have to be in front of you.
But are you consciously doing something? Are you...
No, I disconnected myself many years ago because otherwise my head would be as busy as your head.
My head is not... I like thinking, it's not busy.
But I call it noise because when I go into...
noise?
Yes, because when I go into somebody's... You're calmer than many other people that I've met. But most people are thinking all the time. They're busy thinking, and their head is really noisy. I'm not thinking of anything particular. I never worry about anything because I know things are okay. I mean, if I think of now, and I do live now.
You live now?
Yes, I do. And I know that now is perfect. Why shouldn't be the future perfect? similar energy, it actually draws the same energy to itself. So the more I think, the more I think positively, and I think of good, of prosperity, it's just going to open, and more prosperity is going to come because it's a similar energy. But if I think of misery and I'm miserable and I'm unhappy and unhappy and unhappy, it's just going to go. It's just going to get larger and larger.
But in your healing work, so someone's ill, and then you think of what for them?
I change their pattern of thinking.
You change their patterns of thinking.
I change the chemistry of the brain.
Now, how do you do that?
Well, many years ago, I used to sit across the room and just speak to the people, and they felt something. But like recently, like in the past 5 years, I've been doing this for the last 21 years. And for the past 5 years, I've been touching people around here. It's not really massaging, but I touch. It's very high energy. When I touch over here, they feel like my finger is going through their body, and it goes like.
You want to?
Oh, of course I can do that. Or I touch only the palms.
Oh, the palms.
Only the palms.
The top of the palms.
The top of the palms I touch, and people feel it either in their heads or in any part of the body that the energy is blocked over there.
I'm feeling some stuff.
Right, or I just hold my hand here.
Are you doing anything, or are you just emanating energy?
Right now, I'm just demonstrating something for you, because you feel it.
I feel it clearing my sinus.
Exactly, because your sinuses were clogged.
Yeah.
So to let more
But you're
air.
not doing anything. You're just being.
I'm just being, right? My entire being is to heal people, or to heal situation, or to heal places. And ever since I know myself, I've been to any place I've been going, I know that I made the changes, because like a few years later, I saw the places actually being renewed, or situations change. So it happens the same thing with people.
But what happened to you? I mean, I met your mother and father. I met your brother. You seem like a very,
very ordinary.
Very
person,
ordinary.
yes.
But what was your awakening? How did this emerge? This awareness from you?
Actually, I've been like this ever since I was born. My parents knew about this, and.
But they're very normal people.
Yes,
I mean,
yes.
But you knew about it when you were born. But were you a normal child?
No, I went through school, regular studying. I graduated from university, and I worked in what I studied. And I decided actually to do what I'm doing only when all roads were shut. Like I was blocked from doing what I was doing, and I couldn't get a job in my field. I didn't get like it was like going to the ocean and there was no water. So I decided I opened a business, and it went, it didn't go well. And one day, my mother became very ill, and I healed her. And I said to myself, okay, if I can do this, I mean, if it works on my mother, it probably works on everybody else. Because I really didn't trust my abilities. I knew that I have them because I was 14 and I healed a woman with cancer. I was much younger. And people used to come and like sit next to me, or my mom says that when I was really little, like when I was 2-3 years old, and when somebody said I'm hurting, I used to go and put my hand on them, or just do with my fingers like that.
Do you work with a higher consciousness? Do you
Yes.
feel? Tell me about that presence that you feel around you.
Well, actually, I'm all the time with other beings rather than with people.
Tell me about these other, because last time you were here, you said you see ETs everywhere.
Well, they're not exactly ETs.
What are they?
I see extraterrestrials from all dimensions, not from only ETs are from lower dimensions, but I see entities that have no posture, no body, just light beings. You can't see them in a regular eye.
Are you seeing them now?
Of course, you can feel them.
I mean,
Would you
I don't
like
know
to?
what I feel, though.
Would you like to?
Yeah, I would
All
like
right.
to. Okay.
This is my vibration. Go over here.
Just go over there with...
Yes.
Here, you mean?
First of all, feel my vibrations, because I also
Okay.
have. I also have. I'm vibrating too. What do you feel?
Feel a little tingling here.
Wonderful. Over here there is an entity. Over here there is an entity. Over here there is an entity. Okay? What do you feel here?
Now I feel a tingling in my...
But it's a different tingling.
It is. But I don't know if that's an entity or just the space.
That's not the space. You want to feel the space?
Okay.
Right now there is a space. You moved. This entity moved
Okay,
away.
now I feel an emptiness there.
Right.
Okay, now tell him to move back.
He's moving back. He's ready of mind.
Okay.
It's actually it's not. It doesn't have a gender.
Mm-hmm.
It's an.
I'm just feeling vibration. I wouldn't call
Right.
it an entity.
There is another different entity.
What are you seeing when you say there's an entity? What do you actually
I just see light.
You see light. You actually see the light.
But these are different kinds of light. It's not the same light, but we're
Right.
all one. I mean, when we are together, I mean, we're always together.
Right.
We think as one. I know what they're thinking. They know what I'm thinking.
Would they be pictured as orbs like people are photographing on digital cameras? Would you see it that way?
They can be anything. They can be the chair you're sitting on.
So there's these beings and they help you in your healing when you're working with people. And they're with you all the time? Particular ones or different
Ever
ones?
since I was born.
The same ones.
No, they change.
But you have...
But I have, I mean, I'm part of a group. I'm part of a group that.
You're the front person. You're the earthling.
Right.
You're part of the group, though, that what?
that came to this planet to change, to create changes in the form of living, in the form of politics, in the form of being. Actually, I'm teaching people how to be. I'm creating teachers.
Well, let's teach me. I'm here. Tell me.
You have to learn in order to live. You first of all have to be. But ever since we are children, we are taught how to live, not how to be. We go to school and we study a lot of things that are not helping us. I mean, it's okay to study. I push a lot of young people to study. I push a lot of older people to go through proper schooling, proper education, because education is the backbone of a person. However, I think in the schools that we have today, they should add all the new age education.
Consciousness studies. But okay, I'm going to drop into pure being.
Okay, and?
And there's nothing to say then.
No, because when you are in a being, you will have no questions. I never have any questions. I never have any questions.
But then you say you teach people from the state of being.
Exactly, because you can't come and tell a person be, because they have lots of worries. They have worries about.
Right, but for now, I can be in a state of presence.
If you were in a state of present, you wouldn't be asking me these questions, because you would feel. It's something that you feel.
Mm-hmm.
It's not something that you think about it. It's different between thinking and feeling.
Mm-hmm.
When I treat people, and treatment is a half an hour, no more than that. But after half an hour, they tell me, I suddenly, I don't, it's not my head, because usually my head is heavier. Now it's lighter and I have no more thoughts. No more thoughts. So I actually take the mind away, and very, very gradually I make them think the way it's good for them to think.
More coherent thinking.
Exactly.
Uh-huh.
And they can make decisions for their own life much better than they are when they are very tensed or pressed.
So in your life, you're simply being.
Exactly.
And you're being on these other levels.
Exactly.
So how do you want to change the planet? What's your message? Give us your message.
Unconditional love. No mathematics. No mathematics. I do a favor for you. You do a favor for me. No mathematics. These are mathematics. These are the brain thinking. Affirmative thinking, not only positive thinking. Like, start exercising every morning or every day, actually, how to build your sentence. I often tell my children, I tell them, when you want to say something to somebody, for example, Mommy, please remember to shut the door, and don't forget to shut the door. I mean, don't forget, it's very aggressive.
Right.
But start thinking affirmatively, not only positive, because positive thinking, everything is good, it's very...
Well, Israel is the perfect place to tell these people that, because they're so aggressive and they're so defensive because they're all in what?
Middle East.
Yeah, the whole Middle East.
40 degrees temperature outside, very humid, very hot, but it's not only the climate, but it's also the people. Israel is a very small country surrounded by many
enemies.
I wouldn't call them enemies, but it's a challenge for Israel to understand her position in the world, and this Arab world to understand Israel's position for them too.
We have to understand each other. But so, what is the most effective way you want to make change on the planet? I mean, you said some of it, but
unconditional love. I mean, I think love is like the color of white. White has all the colors inside it, and if you draw a spectrum and then you turn it around, it's all going to turn into one color, white. So love has actually all the emotions, and love is the only emotion that creates. All other emotions are actually reactions.
A reaction about not having love.
Exactly. And if you feel the love inside you, you're transformed. And you're connected. You're connected to higher beings, because higher beings, they're bringing only love. They come from love. They don't know anything else.
Will there be a major event from this higher level of consciousness that will bring the nations of the Middle East together?
Yes.
Tell me about it.
This major event that is going to happen?
Yes.
It's more ecological. I mean, it's more geographical.
It's going to be a geographical crisis in a way.
Right. It's more like earthquake. It's an earthquake. It's
an earthquake that's going to bring people together. So war will be secondary.
No wars. No more wars.
No more wars in the Middle East. You don't see any more wars.
I don't see any more wars. No more wars.
So something's going to bring the people together where they're going to meet each other.
Also, the simple people, the Arabs, are very tired of this too. Everybody's tired.
I would think so. I would
not
think
only the Israelis. And now in Israel there is a very high tendency of merging and getting Arabs and Israelis together, working together, and
there's more of that going on now.
Yes, of course.
More of a healing.
More of a healing.
And this is your intention, isn't it?
Yes, this is my intention. Actually, not only with the Arab and the Israelis. I'm starting with the region that I'm living in, but I treat a lot of Arab people. I treat people from all kind of religions. I believe in no religion, because there is no religion.
I agree with you. There is no religion.
There is no religion.
There is no separation between people.
Exactly. People are people, and we are also entities. Our soul is also an energy, and the same way you cannot separate the air from this room and another room, you cannot separate me from you. Actually, my energy is touching your energy,
and our consciousness is merging.
Exactly. We're not separated, so we can't hurt each other.
Why would we want to if we're connected, right? It's like one finger hurting another.
Why would I want to hurt you?
And why would anyone want to hurt anyone else, except if they weren't feeling love or they were feeling they needed something?
Love. If they feel love, they are very much fulfilled. They don't need anything. They don't need to eat. We don't need to eat, because this body actually knows how to feed itself. We don't need to talk, because we're telepathic.
But people are eating food. Some people are starving. I believe we can live off our endocrine glands, but not everybody is at that level.
People are starving because they don't have emotional stability. Not because they starve.
Right.
Okay?
Right. Do you see a merging of us with these higher beings?
Yes.
When is that going to happen?
It's always happening. It's always happening. There are many landings of from other dimensions, from dimensions that are the beings are more figures like ETs. Okay, and they actually started showing themselves. I told you at the beginning of the show, and before the show started, I'm going to show you something.
Oh yes, tell me what you're going to show me.
This is a little stone. I'll just put it in your finger, and you tell me. This is an organism. It's not a stone. It looks like a stone.
It looks like a stone,
but it's an organism.
It's
okay,
and it's like Oh, you want me to
just tell me what you feel, because this stone is this stone. This
well,
organism.
The first sensation I got was one of bouncing.
Exactly.
Like there's a little bouncing being there.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And now it's a deeper vibration.
Right. This organism, I got it from my last meeting.
With the extraterrestrials.
Right.
They gave you this?
I took it. I can take it because these are the scrapes. Like I always tell people, we are stardust.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
And
yeah.
And when a spaceship actually lands, it sheds. It has a special coating, and that coating sheds. And when they leave, you can actually it sticks to the ground.
Wait, so you were on a spaceship?
Yes.
Where?
Near in my country.
In Israel.
Yes.
So you were on a spaceship with beings.
Yes.
And what were they saying to you?
Nothing. We just plan my next steps.
So you're working with them.
Yes.
As a healing agent for the planet.
Yes.
And then, what does the ship look like?
It's like a planet. It's very, very big.
And what are the beings like on the ship? Are they physical beings? I guess
some of them. Yes.
So what did these beings look like?
The one I saw last, I see many, but the last ones were like about 1.5 meters, not very tall.
What color?
They looked like me and you.
They looked human.
Yes, they looked human. But I'm sure they have. But there were others that looked like E.T. Remember E.T. the movie?
With the big eyes.
With the big eyes, with the big head.
And they're friendly, those beings.
Very friendly, yes.
So there are no evil aliens that are here to hurt people. They're abducting people, though, for their DNA, because they need it for their population.
Actually, what they're doing with the DNA of the people on this planet, what I've been doing with any patient that has come to me was, we added people on this planet were actually decoded, because when they set this planet on, we had more DNA cords. Okay, right now we had more than 2 setting. Today we have only 2 setting DNAs. So anybody that came to me throughout my work, I added them more.
You added more DNA to them.
Right.
So how long ago were you on the ship with these beings?
About 3 weeks ago.
3 weeks ago, before you came to the States.
Yes.
And when you said this little piece of stone is a being, what do you mean?
Well, it's actually scanning you now. It's scanning everybody here. It's scanning the whole environment.
Is it scanning everybody who's watching television?
And it's actually sending all the information to the ship.
It's scanning, and that's a good thing. It's scanning, but how does it do that?
Well, do you feel anything?
I don't know. It
I
feels
can't
like
explain
a smooth
you.
stone.
I know.
But,
It has a temperature.
I need to be more sensitive.
It has a temperature. Just let it be there.
Okay.
And see how you feel.
But so the ship left, and this was kind of
I just
because the ships are alive, right? Is that what you mean when it's a being? So there's no separation between the ET and the ship.
Exactly.
So this fell off and as an kind of.
It doesn't fall off. I just did like this, and when I picked it up, I smeared it. It became like that into my hand. It was dust.
It was dust, and then it became. So you're on the ship with your body, and you're walking around and communicating with. But you don't have to be there with your body because it's telepathic.
There, right.
But why are you there with your body?
Sometimes I'm with my body.
But why would you need to be with your body?
When I have to, when we have to do things that are
Physical.
Physical.
Like, what would that be?
Ellen.
You could tell me. You could tell me your secrets. No. It's interesting because I am feeling something here.
I know
with
you
this.
do.
I don't really know what to feel, but
Well, we're I mean, I'm part of a team that we have come here to change this planet before people really go before they doom themselves.
right.
Because people are killing themselves.
Mm-hmm. So what do you plan? How you plan on doing
To make it a greener planet.
And how you plan on doing that?
Well, add DNA, more DNA.
Mm-hmm.
And DNA cords are actually knowledge, more knowledge.
Mhm.
And you will be more connected to higher beings. Like you would suddenly know that there are other beings. Many times people come to me and say, I don't believe in God. And I said, okay, me neither.
Mm-hmm.
But do you believe in other species? And they
Yeah.
said, no, I don't think so. I don't believe in what you're doing.
Uh-huh.
So I was like, that's okay too. That's fine. But like after a while, after like 3, 4, 5 months, 1 year, they say, I start feeling something. I started thinking of other beings, and I suddenly dreamt of something, and it looked like that, and it looked like that, and they start changing.
Well, I know there are other beings. I've had my own contact, I feel, with other beings.
I know.
But I'd like to have it more consciously. Can you take me on the ship?
I can't promise you that.
Okay,
It's
but-
not my decision.
But maybe at some point.
Yes,
maybe.
I will.
In
At some point, yes.
Okay, maybe at Mount Shasta or someplace.
I shall.
Okay, do you have any final word? Can I keep it, or you want?
No.
I can't. I can't
I
keep
will
this
bring-
artifact from the.
I will bring you new ones.
Okay, I'll hold on to it just a little
course.
longer. Okay, but
It does
you have
make
anything? You have anything you want to say that you wrap up and tell people how to find you, how to
Well,
contact?
I practice in Israel. I practice mainly in Israel.
Mhm.
I do workshops. I lecture.
Mhm.
I come to the States at least once a year.
So you're a healer. People can come to you for healing, but you can also come to you to connect them to this higher
course,
level.
yes.
And now your work is going much more globally.
Yes.
Not so many individual, but now you're affecting consciousness.
Exactly. Yes. Thank you. Very well put.
Thank you, Leda,
Thank you.
for being here on the show.
Thank
Oh,
you
I'll
very
give this
much.
back to
I
you.
know.
I'm not going to take your piece of ship here.
I think I have another one in the
Oh,
bag.
really? You have
Thank
another one? How exciting.
I have many.
Thanks. This is Alan Steinfeld for New Realities. Thank you for watching.